Okie dokie. Now let's go ahead and build the API endpoint that will be able to intercept the HTTP request coming from the client so that we can return the two people that we currently have, Alex and Jamila. In Spring, we have something called controller, and controller's job are simply to intercept HTTP requests. So later we're going to refactor things, but for now, let's just have an API endpoint under API /v1/customers to give us back data that we have from our database. And the HTTP method that we want is get. Let's go back to IntelliJ. Right, so within IntelliJ, I no longer need this system.out.println customers because we know that this is working. And what we're going to do is, so right here, so after, literally, it could be anywhere. So after the main method in here, let's have a method, so public, and then list. So we want to return customer, so customers, and then get, and then customers, just like that. And inside of this method, I'm going to say return and then customers. Now remember before, so we had this annotation right here at REST controller within the main method. So as we annotate this class with at REST controller, it means that we can have methods that can handle HTTP requests. Well, the method that we want to handle the HTTP request coming from the client is this one. And the HTTP method that we want is at and then get, just like that. So get and then mapping. I've showed you that in here. So get mapping is the same as at and then request mapping, where we basically specify the path. So path. And the path will be, as I said, API /v1/customers. And the reason why we want v1 is for backwards compatibility, right? So maybe we can deprecate this method and then have a version 2 of the API, and other clients still use the version 1 while clients migrate to version 2 on a given date. But for now, we just have version 1. And also what we want to say here is that the method, so this is basically HTTP. If I say P, so we want request, method, and then dot, and then get. So if I put this on a new line, as well as this one right here, and basically this right here, so this right here is the exact same thing as, so if I comment this out, let me just put a comment here. So / and then star and star /. So that is the same thing as at and then get and then mapping. And also we have to specify the path. So inside, so we can specify the path like so. So you can see that this is just a shorter version and it's available for post, put, delete, and get. Cool. So now this method will be able to intercept HTTP requests coming from clients. So let's restart the application. And now I'm going to show you 3 ways that we can basically connect to our API. So the first one is, so in here, so if I use RESTful, let's just use RESTful. And right now, I think we need to reload because we no longer have greet. Yeah, so I need to reload in here, refresh, and then go into main. And now we have API v1 customer, and we don't have to put anything within the body for now, and send the request. And you can see that here we have an array of 2 people. So Alex and Jamila. And I just realized that Jamila has the same ID as Alex. So let's just fix that. So this should be 2. Right. And I need to reload this first. Open a Postman. And now we no longer have greet, but we have API version 1 / and then customers. Send the request. And this is 404 because this should be customers. My bad. Let's reload. And you can see why sometimes it's good for you to test your APIs with a REST client. So back to Postman and then send the request. And you can see that this time it does work. So we have Alex right here, and Jamila as well. Okie dokie. And last but not least, with IntelliJ, I forgot the other client. So back to IntelliJ, and then I'm going to click on this icon in here. So this assembles the request for me. So API localhost 8080, API v1 and then customers, send. And right here, you can see that we have the result. So the same. So we've got a JSON blob with two customers inside. We have Alex as well as Jamila. Cool. So you can see how straightforward and easy it was for us to build this API endpoint with Spring Boot. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Otherwise, catch me in the next one.